Hi guys, Nikki here to give my impressions on Waking the Tiger, Healing Trauma by Dr. Peter Levine. So this is a great book. It's pretty comprehensive in describing the process that our body should be able to experience as we process our traumatic experiences in life. There's a real danger in not allowing ourselves to experience the feelings that we're having in our body when we suffer from a traumatic experience. The body has this innate ability to be able to heal itself, and it's always wanting to learn from our experiences also, so that we can evolve, not just in our own self-development, but as a species, and for our survival. It's important that we learn to take better care of ourselves. And the body has this ability to be able to take care of itself, to be self-reliant and strong. And it's important for us to be able to identify as someone who is able to resolve things on our own, right? Not be dependent on others to be able to come up with solutions and be safe and protected. So when we experience a painful event, especially during our developmental years, if we are shamed or blamed or guilted for our reaction to the traumatic experience, that encourages a disassociation, suppression of our feelings, our sensations. And so as we grow and go through more and more experiences of life, if we're not just supported in that experience, like kept safe, kept warm, kept dry, allowed to cry, then we end up with serious problems as we grow up, problems with being able to cope with life. We end up covering up our feelings with things. We self-medicate with whatever it is we're self-medicating with. Ben and Jerry's, drugs, alcohol. I mean, things can be more serious. So what's important, Dr. Levine talks about, is being a capable person, right? And not identifying as being a victim. And some people will identify with this victimhood and focus on what happened and not free themselves to be able to experience their traumatic experience in a different way. And it's interesting how he talks about our memories are, it's almost as if they're like puzzle pieces. And maybe if something doesn't fit, and that maybe it's okay for us to be able to reinvent what happened, to be able to get a second chance, to be a successful person that's able to take care of ourselves in dangerous situations. And really, I mean, if we are all connected, which I believe that we are, it's important for us to be able to find solutions to traumatic experiences, to problems that can exist in our lifetime. If not for us, then for someone else that is maybe experiencing a similar situation. maybe that would give them enough resource to be able to take a better course of action. And so I'm reminded of the breathwork session that we did with Alchemy of Breath. It was Harda, I think, brought us through the toddler years or whatever. I had such a great experience with that. Let me see. Oh yes, I have him right here. So with that experience, where my journey led me was I was an infant, a newborn that was born with a herniated umbilicus. Now, what that is like a major outie belly button. I had like 3 inches of intestine were poking out through my abdominal wall, and I needed to have surgery for that. And during this breathwork practice with Harda, she encouraged us to bring stuffed animals into the practice so that we could identify with our inner child. And I wanted to bring one of those little marshmallow stuffed animals that they've got. I can't, there's a cute name for them. I can't think of it right now, but I had forgot to bring that in for the practice. And so I looked around, and this is what the universe had to give to me, was my little bee, who he's not perfect. He's kind of rough, and he wasn't what I had perceived as being the stuffed animal that I wanted to have for this inner child journey, this inner child breathwork practice. But this is what I got. And this is so perfect because that's how it was for my parents, you know. They had certain expectations of me when I was born. They expected me to be a boy. They expected me to be an athlete. Instead, they got, this sickly little girl who was going to need surgery at the age of 8 months. And so it was amazing. I was able to, through this breathwork practice, be able to experience how things could have been for me when I was born and throughout my infant years. Just to be able to give myself the love and acceptance that I needed at that time. To be able to, there was a part in there where we were asked to, give attention to whatever parts of our body needed our attention at that time. And so I was able to, touch my belly and rub it and love it and accept it for what it was, for all of its scars, for all of its bumps and, blemishes. And it was a really powerful experience to be able to do that. And I felt like I had a lot of healing through that process. And so for me, moving forward, I love in the book that there in the back, there's first aid for trauma, and to be able to describe what it would look like. I love the little boy, Sammy, at the end, and that reminds me of my bee, him with his Winnie the Pooh. And I used to be a pediatric nurse, and so I know what a papoose board is. I know what a treatment room looks like. I know that these things need to be done, and I know that there's no easy answers. But if we can do just small little things to be able to keep people feeling safe and protected and be able to talk about these things, and to be able to recognize that difficult behaviors that arise in people's lives, they didn't just come from nowhere. There's always a reason. And I wanted to talk more about the transformation chapter in here, and Dr. Levine's mention of the Kabbalion. But I'll if you're interested in the book, I'll let you check that out. I just love the way the energy moves, and to allow recognition of that and to not interrupt it, and to be able to be in the flow. This book helps us to be able to be in the flow, and I thank its author, and I thank you for watching my video.